Identify the tag structure. Gabby here from Med School Bootcamp, and here we're looking at one of the bones that form portions of the neurocranium. Now, if we have a look at this bone itself, it takes on this bat shape, and we can see the wings that span along its lateral surfaces, so here as well as here. So this bone of the skull is known as the sphenoid bone. So as far as the actual view of the sphenoid bone, I want you to pretend that we've made a cut along this area here. We've removed the superior portion of the skull, and now we're looking like a bird's eye or superior view of the skull base. And in the middle of that skull base is where we're going to find this sphenoid bone. Now, some components of the sphenoid bone include the greater wings on either side. We do see two smaller wings, so right over here we have a lesser wing, and we also have a lesser wing on the other side. So greater wing, lesser wing. We could also see some areas here. This is called the hypophyseal fossa. So this is where the pituitary gland is going to sit. So we have the sella turcica as well as the dorsum sellae. We could also tell by the foramen or the holes that are found within this bone. And these foramen are all going to allow for the passage of specific cranial nerves that are exiting from the brain in order to get to the head and neck. So for example, if we start more superiorly, we're going to have the optic canal. So this is where the optic nerve or cranial nerve number 2 is going to pass to enter the orbit to supply special sensory or vision to the eyeball. We also see immediately inferior here, we can see it slightly. Right over here is going to be the superior orbital fissure. So orbital, superior, so superior aspects of the orbit, and other cranial nerves going to the eye, such as the oculomotor nerve, the trochlear nerve, as well as the abducens nerve, are all going to exit the skull via that superior orbital fissure. As we move more inferiorly, we're going to find here is the foramen rotundum. And the foramen rotundum is going to allow for the passage of the maxillary nerve, also known as cranial nerve V2, or the maxillary division of the trigeminal nerve. Now, the most inferior foramen that is found on the sphenoid bone is going to be the foramen spinosum. So it's very, very small, and the foramen spinosum is going to contain the middle meningeal artery after it has branched from the maxillary artery in the IT fossa to eventually ascend and enter into the aspects of the skull to go and supply the dura mater. Now, in between the foramen rotundum and the foramen spinosum is where we're going to find another oval-shaped foramen here. So because of its name, this foramen is going to be the foramen ovale or the foramen ovale. So let's go ahead and double check our answer here. So identify the tag structure. The tag structure is the foramen ovale, and that is our correct answer.